Hey guys, welcome back to Whiskey Blooded. My name is Dave. Thank you so much for joining me here today. It's almost Whiskey Wednesday, and I really wanted to do a new video for you guys. I have some extra free time today, and it was just a perfect excuse to break out the camera, break out a good bottle, and do a review for you guys. But we are burning a little bit of daylight. It's just winding down on the end of the day here. The kids are in bed. Wife is asleep, so let's jump right into our review. We're going to review today, and I've already poured a couple out. We're going to review the Colonel Taylor Barrel Proof. So I just got this bottle. I've already tried a little bit of it, and then I poured today's view out. I've got the barrel proof here. This is the uncut version, so this is full proofed, and then this has been sitting in some water. So this has got water added to it to proof it down a little bit. I wanted it to have a chance to settle a little bit before I did the review. So what's special about this one? We're about to find out. Everyone loves this bottle. In fact, this is, for Colonel Taylor, one of the most sought after bottles of whiskey. It's 2017's edition, so it is a 128.1 proof. It is about $60, but if you were to find it at a store that was charging you like more of a rarity price, you're probably going to find it for about $100 to $150 depending on the area that you're in. It comes in an awesome Colonel Taylor tube. We've gotten really used to these. We love them. They help preserve. They keep the light out. They keep the air out. We love the tubes. It's the classic Colonel Taylor bottle, one of my favorite bottles. And let's just find out if this thing is worth it. So let's go through our normal format. If you're new to the channel, we talk about it. We look at the color, we nose it, we taste it, and then we do a score out of 100 right here on this board. I've boosted the volume a little bit on this video because a couple of you had mentioned the volume's a little low. I have a microphone, so I don't imagine that it's that low. So A, turn up your volume, and then B, I turned up my sensitivity on my microphone a little bit. Hope that helps. So here we go. Here is the color, the uncut color on this one. Let's see if I can find some good light. There we go. So there is the color. The color on this, to me, is very much like a penny. So it's very copper to me. The nose is, like a lot of those barrel proof whiskeys, they just have so much going on in the nose. The nose on this one, to me, is ripe, dark fruit. A tinge of tobacco for me, which for me in Colonel Taylor products, I always get that little tiny bit of oaky tobacco smell. It's got this nice, meaty, buttery smell to it, like a candied apple. And as for the taste, spicy. That's that proof for sure. That's why it's always tough. You might even see my eyes starting to water a little bit. When it's your first drink of the day and you've got nothing to coat it with, those barrel proof sips on the first time usually taste good, but they're usually a lot of the burn. So I go by the second one. There it is. So it's got this nice, it's a lot going on. It's got this nice, in the beginning, dark apple cherry taste for me, but then it follows right up with like a cinnamon, a toasted, an oaky, spicy cinnamon taste. After that, it turns dark. It gets into like a dark cherry. I'm tasting a little bit of that tobacco-y, oaky, spicy taste that I had mentioned. The heat really sets in at the end of the middle, at the back of your tongue, like right back here. So it's entering from your tongue down to your throat. You get this nice burn. It coats pretty well the whole way through. It's just a little oily, but a pretty medium mouthfeel on it. The finish is long in that the burn is long. A lot of oak, a lot of that barrel proof coming through, dark cherries. Just a little bit of that apple taste makes it through the end, but then just a tiny bit of like a caramel taste finishes it out. But overall, kind of spicy, oaky, very fruity, very like dark fruity, like an intense dark fruit. Not the light stuff, not like a rye, but like dark fruit, like an aged whiskey. A lot of that really setting through at the end. So very much enjoyable, very much a great bottle of bourbon. So we're going to put this one aside. This is the uncut version. Let's put it actually right here. So there's the uncut. Now we're going to go to the cut whiskey that's been sitting out for probably about 6 minutes now. It's a couple minutes before I start the video. The nose on this one's a lot lighter, as I might expect. You're getting a lot more of the caramel. A lot more of the caramel, a lot more of the apple. Loses a little bit of that oak and that spice smell. Almost no tobacco leather taste on the nose, or smell on the nose. One thing that I miss about this one compared to that I forgot to mention, is that kind of leathery oak taste that gives it a lot of body. This misses that. So once it's proofed down, it rounds itself out nicely. The burn is gone. The oak is gone. And now it's balancing itself out more with all those flavors, which is actually kind of nice. A little more fruit up front, like a lighter apple, like a lighter pear, and then right in the middle, I get some of the caramel, a little bit of the oak taste, just an underlying amount of leather. Tobacco's gone now with this being proofed down. That like tobacco-y spicy taste is gone. A tiny bit of burn at the end. I start to taste some of that caramel Werther's butter again, but it's just different, much different. Actually, there's very few that respond quite like this when it comes to proofing, and they're almost completely different whiskeys. I enjoy it both ways, very equally. I like higher proof whiskeys. You guys have probably learned that. Not just for bang for your buck alcoholic content. I drink to enjoy. I don't drink to achieve a goal of becoming drunk. I drink because I like the taste of it. I drink bourbon because I like the taste of it, that is. So for me, I like the heatier, higher proof on this. However, I still really like this cut down version. It's a little more tame. It's probably what I would serve someone if they tried it, didn't like it, and I'd add a little bit of water to it. So do I think that this is one of those premier whiskeys? A lot of people say that this is as good as Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, that this should be, this and some of the other tailors, the higher end tailors, that beat them hands down. I really do like this bourbon. The price is great. The scarcity is unfathomed. It's just as scarce as some of the other really high-end bourbons that are sought after by collectors and that are household names. So I think this is, in some ways, it's a good interim because you might be able to find one of these. I found two, but I've been doing this for a while and I've only found two. So it's so rare still that it's not something I go crazy over. If you happen to see it, you should absolutely 100% buy it. That and most of the Colonel Taylor lineup, they are some of my favorites. But I wouldn't spend $150, $200 on a bottle like this. I think that a lot of barrel proof whiskeys that are out there can do good things in much different ways. This is just a nice, very classic Colonel Taylor taste to it. It truly, for me, is very reminiscent of the small batch, just proofed into a higher, not proofed into, but uncut, that higher proof. It really is a nice tasting barrel proof. For that reason, sorry I was blabbering for a minute there. For that reason, I'm gonna give this one, I'm gonna give it a pretty solid score here. I hope that sound isn't absolutely awful as I do this. I hope you guys can see that. I'm gonna give it a 92 out of 100. Buy it, absolutely. If it's at a good price, buy as many as you can. You will not be disappointed. Just do yourselves a favor. Don't fall for the whole secondary market scheme. Don't let the bourbon craze sway your wallet. Stick to your price range that you're comfortable with. Don't overpay for something unless you know it's good. So if you haven't tried this, stick to normal pricing or try to get a sample from someone that's already got it. Let me know what you guys think about it. Is this one of your favorites? Do you think this is one of the best of the Colonel Taylor lineup? I don't know. let me know. Next video, I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet. We just kind of are going by the hip here, so we'll see when and what the next video will be. Until then, hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you guys have any requests. You guys have been great about messaging me on Facebook, Instagram, and I think I got a couple on Twitter now, so I love interacting with you guys. Hit me up, and we will go from here. Thanks, Whiskey Blooded viewers. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys later.